Hey everybody, Josh here at JK Farm. I got some new grazing tools, supplies. I been bootstrapping this grazing thing for about 7 years probably now, using reels like this, and the orange extension cord reels. And I finally splurged a little bit and got me some new reels and some new polywire. I ordered everything from Powerflex out of Missouri, and I went with the Taragate reels and the O'Brien step-in posts and the Polybraid with the extra conductors in it. I can show you exactly what I got. On the tag it says they hold approximately 1,640 feet of polywire or 656 feet of poly tape, if that'll focus there. Well, as Greg Judy has explained, if you put all that on one of these reels, they look like this, and that becomes quite an issue when you're out in the pasture, reeling them up fast as they're designed to do. You can see there, this one's actually touching the metal there. But me being stubborn, I decided to try it. And the Polybraid that I got a tag here. It came on these reels, and I put this piece of rebar in this vise upright and spun it off onto the geared reel. Here's the tag for it. Powerflex Super 9 Polybraid, 1,320 feet. So the discrepancy, I believe, is the polywire, the term polywire, which is this stuff right here. And that's what I've been using for years. And it worked, it got the job done. I used it with these little yellow insulators and the steel step-in posts. But we did put in a nice perimeter fence a few years back with no steel, and then I'm running all this temporary fence inside of it with a bunch of steel posts. So it don't make a lot of sense. The deer constantly tear it down, short it out, etc. I was sectioning off certain areas so the cows couldn't go in the woods and things like that, so those would stay there a little bit longer. We're actually going to go to some fiberglass posts and 1 or 2 strands, I'm not sure yet, of high tensile wire to outline the wooded areas. But anyways, the reason I'm making this video is because I've got a very small farm, and I bought 6 reels, and I bought 4 rolls of the polywire. Look at the difference there. The polywire, or I keep saying polywire, polybraid versus polywire is the small stuff. But this is so nice. It's got the copper, the 310 copper wires in it, and then the stainless steel wires woven in it. But my farm is actually only 42 acres, and it's broken up by woods, and we don't ever go that far. So the only time we would is if we wanted to go to the neighbors, we graze some over there. So what I wanted to do was make 2 large reels and then take the other 4 and do half of the 1,320. Well, how do you figure out how much is half on that reel? So at first I thought, well, I'll count the revolutions. So I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, and it averaged between 218 reels, revolutions with the Taragate reel. to take up the 1,320 feet of polybraid. And I thought, well, I'll just count half of that 220 average, and I'll have half. Well, that's not the case, because the diameter grows from, 4 inches or so up to whatever that is, 8 or 9 inches. So other than stretching out all of this and finding the middle, or stretching out half, I decided to put it on 2 reels. And these 2 are still connected because I'm hesitant to cut them. And I weighed those reels, and I came up with the weight that matched, and it came to 135 rotations. So 135 rotations with the Taragate reel, the Powerflex Super 9 Polybraid, should be right at about half of the Polybraid. All right, so I hope that helps some of you out, saves you a little time and aggravation. Anyways, until next time, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I appreciate you. Have a good day.